Welcome back to another episode of Dad's Garage, and I am so happy to be back producing videos for you guys. I was out for the holiday for Thanksgiving, and not too long after that, hurt my back for a bit.
Go get your mom right now. Ethan, go.
So I had to rest up and get ready, but I am so happy that I'm having fun in the garage again, producing some content for you guys, and hopefully getting this Trans Am back on the road. So today we're gonna be talking about carburetors and confidence. Let's go.
Now the cars are likely about 300 pounds heavier and they're powered by the same engine.
First, I didn't want to do this video because I was like, it's something new. I'm not confident in doing it. I'm not sure if this is something that I should just produce it, like as far as putting a video together for it. And the reason being was because I've never done it before. And I didn't want to show you something that I didn't think it would be interesting. But you know what? At the end of the day, I rethought it and I said, this is a lesson for me, and hopefully it's a lesson for somebody out there. If you're scared of even producing a video you haven't done before, or you're not an expert on this subject, but you want to share the experience, that's what we're all about. It's a community, right? And along that way, the byproduct is getting the Trans Am running, hopefully. I've never fully rebuilt a 4-barrel carburetor before. It's just something that I've normally just paid someone to do. I would buy the kit offline and drop it off, and for like $100 somebody would rebuild it for me. And I was like, you know, I enjoy learning something new, which is something that I really strive for. So 3 things that you absolutely must do before taking on something like this. And if you struggle like I have in the past of just not being a little bit scared about it because you're afraid that you might mess it up or it might not come out good. So the number one thing that you must do is do your research. Like before you even touch that carburetor, I know you can take it off and look at it, that's easy enough. But before deep diving into it, do your research. My wife tells me I'm nuts. She says I'm lost in the car world. There's so many resources nowadays. It's just not just looking it up on the search engine, but you go to platforms like this and you find countless resources to be able to help you. And a second piece to this is gonna be, besides doing the research, is get the proper parts that you need for the job. In this case, the carburetor. Get the proper things that you need. So make a list of it. So perfect case in point, the tools that you're gonna need is really important to get that carburetor apart and put it back together. Besides the tools that you're gonna need, just like an actual tool, like something like this, you wanna make sure that the tools at your disposal are gonna be, as much as I hate to admit it, instructions, right? I remember going through those books that were about this thick in my dad's garage, how to put it back together or take it apart so you're not breaking it and stuff like that. So that's the second part to this whole situation. So first, just do your research. Second, make a list of the tools you need. Gather them together before you even start touching anything. Third is just go out there and do it. This is my case, all right? So I built up that confidence to do something. Even today, I haven't done a video in a while, and pushing that record button, I was a little reluctant. You get the butterflies in your stomach, or you just like, oh, should I do this or not? And it's just like, hit the record button. It's the same thing with this. So you hop into it. You just start taking the bolts apart. You're gonna take the carburetor out, and don't worry about messing it up. Because the fact of the matter is, if you mess it up, you can always fix it. You don't have to worry about messing up the carburetor because there's always parts readily available for it, and so many people willing to help you if you're trying to figure something out. There's so many forums out there, websites, platforms like this, or whatever it is that you use, right? So that's the third part to this. Number 1, do your research. 2, get the proper tools in place, including instructions and diagrams that you need. And number 3, just deep dive into it. Don't worry about messing anything up, because you can figure anything out that you've set your mind to. Seriously, as cliche as that sounds. So, in the spirit of things, a couple of things that I found out in my research in cleaning carburetors, I decided to dip the carburetor and the parts and everything inside of Pine Sol. Yep, you heard that right, Pine Sol. Put it in a bucket and I've been dipping those, and it seems to be working pretty well. But I'm looking forward to showing you guys that this will work. This is something new that I'm undertaking, but I also want to show you that if you're nervous about taking some brakes apart or even, changing a tire, learning how to do that, don't be. Because I mean, it's a matter of getting in there, getting it done, and if you make mistakes, there's always people that are willing to help, and when you're done with it, you realize that it wasn't that big of a deal to start with. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So, cheers. Yeah, my wife gave me her cup today. So, yeah, this is her cup. But I care about what's inside it. It's warm and it's caffeine. So, back to the carburetor. This is the first start after the carb rebuild. I got it as clean as possible. It sounds great, and it was a little bit of a project, but I followed all of the instructions that I could find. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.